My older brother used to fake wrong numbers on purpose. Not prank calls, not scams. He'd just randomly text people things like, "Hey, did Grandma ever find her parrot?" Or, "Your dad left his wallet in my truck again." Most people replied confused. Some ignored him, some got angry. But every once in a while, somebody would answer like they actually knew him. And somehow, he'd keep talking to them. I noticed it when I was around 15 because his phone was constantly buzzing with messages from people he'd never met. One contact was literally saved as Gas Station Mike. Another was Lady with Tiny Dog. I asked him why he did it. He shrugged and said, "Most people want to talk way more than they admit." Then he went back to eating cereal like that sentence wasn't insane. A few weeks later, I watched him accidentally text, "Tell Connor I fixed the sink." The person replied, "Wrong number, LOL." Most people would stop there. My brother answered, "Damn, hope Connor's sink survives." The stranger replied, "He'd probably deserve the flood, honestly." And just like that, a full conversation started. By the end of the week, they were exchanging movie recommendations. By the end of the month, the guy mailed my brother homemade beef jerky from Texas. I'm serious. My brother never acted excited about any of this either. That was the weirdest part. He treated random strangers like temporary neighbors. During senior year, his phone broke during class, so he handed it to me and told me to answer anybody important. I expected maybe mom. Instead, texts kept showing up from people named stuff like Bus Stop Carol, Wrong Number Emily, Walmart Guy, Lady from Hospital Vending Machine. One message said, "My chemo finally stopped making food taste weird." Another said, "Court went okay today. Thanks for talking me through it." I just stared at the screen. That's when I realized these weren't random conversations anymore. These people actually depended on him. When I asked why they were telling him such personal stuff, he looked genuinely confused and said, "Because they can." I said, "They don't even know you." And he goes, "Exactly." That line stuck with me for years. Because honestly, he was right. People told him things because there were no consequences, no reputation, no history, no mutual friends, just a stranger who answered. After graduation, he moved out west and kept doing it. Every holiday, our mom would ask if he was dating anybody seriously. He'd always say, "Not really." Meanwhile, he had like 70 ongoing conversations with strangers across the country. Then one night around 1 a.m., he called me sounding completely panicked, not emotional, actually scared. He asked, "Do you still have that old contact list from my phone?" Apparently his laptop had died and he lost hundreds of numbers. I laughed and said, "You're freaking out over random people?" There was a long silence. Then he quietly said, "They're not random." That shut me up fast. Over the next week, we tried recovering everything we could. And while going through old backups, I found years of messages, thousands of them. Breakups, job losses, pregnancy scares, lonely night shift workers, divorces, rehab updates, voice notes from truck drivers at 3 a.m., entire pieces of people's lives. And buried in all of it, I noticed something else. Almost nobody knew his real last name. Most had never seen his face, but they all trusted him with things they wouldn't tell people actually in their lives. Then I found one message that honestly messed me up. It was from a woman saved as February Wrong Number. The conversation started because my brother accidentally texted, "Don't forget Mom's birthday dinner tomorrow." The woman replied, "Wrong person. My mom died last week." That should have been the end of it. Instead, my brother answered, "Then I'll remind you next year too." At first I thought it was kind of weird, until I checked the dates. Every single year after that, on the anniversary of her mother's death, he texted her, "Just thinking about you today." 4 years straight. No missed years, no big speeches, just that. I finally asked him why he cared so much about strangers. He took forever to answer. Then he said, "When Dad died, remember how everyone kept avoiding talking to us after the funeral?" I nodded. And he goes, "People disappear the second grief becomes inconvenient." I didn't even know what to say to that. Last month, I got a text from an unknown number at 2 in the morning. It said, "Hey, sorry, wrong number." I stared at it for a second. Then I typed back, "No worries, rough night?" The typing bubble appeared instantly.